Okay, today we're going to learn about area of a trapezoid, and we're going to calculate finding the area and finding the missing side.
How do you find the area? In this lesson, you will learn how to find the area of a trapezoid by composing a parallelogram. Let's review. You find the area of a rectangle by multiplying length times width. So we have our length times our width. You find the area of a parallelogram by multiplying the base by the height. So we have our parallelogram, our base is along the bottom, our height runs from the bottom to the top and forms a right angle with our base. It's perpendicular to our base. Let's find the area of a trapezoid. So here we have a trapezoid. We have a trapezoid, you can see that our top and our bottom are parallel to one another. They also are, in this case, they form right angles with one of the sides, but not with the other. If it formed right angles with both sides, then it would just be a rectangle. So what we're going to do is, in this case, we're going to create a congruent trapezoid, which means we're going to create a trapezoid that's exactly the same size and shape. And we're going to flip it so that we can then create another shape from it. So in this case, you're going to notice that you have an orange line along the bottom and a yellow line along the top. So I want you to watch and see what happens to those orange and yellow lines when we create our congruent trapezoid and flip it. So now you're going to notice that we have a rectangle. It's a little bit off on this picture, but it is a rectangle. You can see that our yellow that was on the top at the beginning, so our yellow which was on the top here, is now on the bottom over here, and our orange which was on the bottom here is now on the top. So our base here became part of our top here, and our top here became part of our base on this side. So now let's go ahead through and we're going to find our length and our width. Since we have a rectangle, we can find our area for this. So our length is 21 units. Our side is 5 units, so our height is 5 units. So our base is 21 units, our height is 5 units. 21 times 5 is 105 square units, so our area for our entire rectangle is 105 square units. But remember, we're not trying to find the area of the rectangle, we're trying to find the area of that original trapezoid, which is half of our rectangle. So now we take our 105 units, and since we're finding the area of the trapezoid, which is half of the rectangle, we're going to divide that by 2. So 105 divided by 2 ends up being 52.5 square units. Let's take a look at another example. In this one we're going to find the area of an isosceles trapezoid. So with an isosceles trapezoid, you're going to notice that much like an isosceles triangle, the two sides are congruent to one another, and our base and our height, or our base and our top of our trapezoid, end up running parallel to one another. So same thing, we're going to create a congruent trapezoid and flip it. In this case, we didn't create a rectangle, we created a parallelogram. And we find the area of a parallelogram by multiplying our base times our height. So there's our base, which is 16 units. There's our height, which is 3 units. So we're going to do 16 times 3, which equals 48 square units. So our area for our parallelogram is 48 square units. But we're not trying to find the area for that. We're trying to find the area for our original trapezoid, which is half of our parallelogram. So we do 48 divided by 2, which equals 24 square units. A common mistake is that when decomposing a trapezoid, it is often forgotten how to find half the area of the shape you created. So if you create a trapezoid and then you take that trapezoid and create a congruent trapezoid to that one, which we'll take a look at in a moment, and then find the area of that larger shape, sometimes it's forgotten that you need to return and find the area of that smaller shape afterwards, that original trapezoid, which again we'll take a look at shortly. In this lesson, you have learned how to find the area of trapezoids by composing a parallelogram.
So let's try an example. So we want to always start with our formula. We have area is equal to half, and you have your height times the sum of base 1 plus base 2. So we can put in the numbers. I'm going to go ahead and highlight. Here's base 1, here's base 2, and the height. Remember, that's a perpendicular height. So when you put in the numbers, you want to take half times. The height is 11, base 1 is 18, plus base 2. When you add those together, you get 30. So using order of operations and your calculations, 11 times 30 would equal 330, and you would take half of that. So half of 330 is 165. And then again, since we're talking area, is going to be our units squared. So in this example, we see that they give us both bases and the area, but they don't give us the height. So using the formula, we want to substitute in the information we have. We have an area of 52. We have base 1 is 11. Base 2 is 15. So 52 is equal to 1/2 of h times 26. I'm going to pause. Okay, so to undo what is being done, we would take our 52 and we would be using inverse operations. So I'll use some different color ink here to show some inverse operations. To get rid of the 26, we will be dividing by 26, and to get rid of the half, we will be timesing both sides by 2. So 20, okay, and then timesing by 2 and timesing by 2. That'll cancel the 2's, and it'll cancel the 26 over here. We'll have h by itself. So doing that order of operation with the 52, 52 times 2 equals, divided by 26 equals, we'll get h equal to 4 inches.